Alright folks, this here is the first video for section 1. We're going to be looking at SI measurement, and particularly today we'll be looking at how we convert between units using something called the factor label method. And this is just a way of solving these problems that allows you to do it in an organized fashion and helps you keep track of units so you don't make a mistake and multiply when you're supposed to divide, etc. So we're going to start with a very simple problem, and that is just converting between grams and kilograms. And I think most people understand that well, you should know at least that there's 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. So a lot of you would look at this and go, oh, I just divide by 1,000 and get the correct answer, and that's fine. But as you do more complex problems, we need a way of kind of keeping track of what we need to do and have some way of checking what we've done to make sure it's right as well. And that's what the factor label method is all about. And basically what we're doing here is we're using the units or treating the units like variables, so we can kind of cross them out top and bottom or whatever, and that's going to help us, like I said, keep track. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply this by a conversion factor, and my conversion factor is going to be equal to 1. In other words, I'm going to multiply by some quantity that equals 1. In order for it to be 1, the top and bottom have to be the same. And so I need to come up with something that's going to be the same, but more importantly is I want to get rid of grams. And so to get rid of grams, if this is a variable, to cross it out, I have to have grams on the bottom over here, because grams divided by grams, or anything divided by itself, is simply 1. And so doing that with grams on the bottom would get rid of that. Now, if I'm trying to convert this to kilograms, that means I want to put this kilograms here on the top. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to cross out grams here and grams there, leaving me with kilograms. The only thing that's missing is a number, my conversion factor. And you'll always be given the information if you need it, but you should be able to do this one on your own anyways. And that is that 1,000 grams equals 1 kilogram. In other words, 1,000 grams is the same as 1 kilogram. That's equal to 1, that means. So I'm basically then the operation we do is just 17,605 divided by 1,000, and I get my answer, 17.605 kilograms, okay, because the other units canceled out. Now that's a pretty basic example, but that process, crossing out units and using whatever units are left over, is called the factor label method, and it becomes a bit more practical and useful with a longer example. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So if I asked you to convert, say, 81 milliliters to deciliters, well, first of all, everybody says, what the heck is a deciliter? Because it's not a very common unit, but it doesn't matter. We still have to be able to convert between it. You could probably go from 81 milliliters to liters, no problem, but then how do you go to deciliters? You can't do it in just one step. There's no conversion factor. So we have to do this in multiple steps, and by using the factor label method, it's going to kind of streamline that for us. So let's set it up like we did the last one. So I have 81 milliliters. I put it over 1 because these are all going to be fractions, and this allows me to figure out what I need to do here. Well, I want to put milliliters on the bottom so they cancel out. I know that I'm going to convert to liters first because that's what I know how to do. Okay, so now all I need to do is put numbers in there. Okay, and I know that 1,000 milliliters is 1 liter. So I put those numbers there exactly like that. So 1,000 milliliters is the same as 1 liter. And now if I want to start crossing out units, I can do it at the end or I can do it right now. Okay, but milliliters crosses it with milliliters. And so by dividing 81 by 1,000, I get my answer into liters. The next step is that I need to figure out, so here I'm at liters, I need to figure out the conversion factor to get from liters to deciliters. So if I tell you that 1 liter has 10 deciliters in it, then we can come up with our conversion factor, because all of our conversion factors are just based on these equivalencies that I keep showing you. The only question is, what goes where? Well, I know liters has to go on the bottom, and deciliters has to go on top. That way I can cross out liters. So all I need to do now is put the numbers where they belong, and I see right there that 1 liter is the same as 10 deciliters. So then to go through and do the operation, I go 81 divided by 1,000 times 10, and that's my answer. So what I want you to do is I'm going to show you this next example here, and given the information that you see there, use the same method and try to convert 75 nanometers into centimeters. And at the beginning of the next video, I'll go over the detailed solution there with you.